So we're live, fellas.
Alrighty.
Kelly, I got a new vehicle. Go download it. That got his attention.
Oh.
On this turn, a young man realized what he would do the rest of his life. On this spot, a little girl put down her dolls and picked up a race car. On this site, a weekend endeavor was transformed into a lifelong obsession.
NASCAR home tracks, where a single moment can turn a day at the track into a lifetime at the track.
Here we are live at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're just coming up on some practice with TWA Racing. They're going to be racing in the Camping World Truck Series tonight. One of the fastest tracks on the circuit. And should have a pretty good field tonight. So hopefully we're all in for a good show. So if you just joined up, welcome for joining, and hope you enjoy the show. These guys should put on one heck of a race tonight. So we'll just sit here and keep an eye on them for practice. We got the lap times up there. You can see who's running the hot laps right now. Looks like the number 62 is running a 30.055. Most likely that's in the draft since he's up a little bit quicker than everybody else. So we'll keep our eye on them lap times and see who does what, and then, look back into the race and see how they do once they get out on the race. So sit back, enjoy the view, and we'll get this thing rolling once we get into qualifying race time. The race is brought to you tonight by TWA Racing, Camping World Truck Series. We are live broadcasting, so tell your friends, families, and neighbors to tune in every Thursday night if we can get up on the air. And we'll keep up with TWA in this truck series on Thursday nights. Also brought to you by TeamSpeak 3, the communication option used by all drivers while we're racing. NASCAR home tracks, we'll see some commercials about that today. NRT race servers or game servers, that's where most of our leagues are running their races on. NRT, go check them out. Good place to get race servers. And also SBP, Safer Barrier Project tracks. They're all about keeping it real and making these tracks the best that they can for these drivers, and adding the safer barriers all the way around them and everything, which, the original game didn't come with. So added bonus and pretty high detailed, very nice tracks to run on. So thanks for SBP and all of our other sponsors for joining us tonight.
No matter which way you're coming from, Atlanta Motor Speedway is really easy to get to. Now, if you're coming from the south, you can head up through Griffin on highways 1941, or you can use Interstate 75 getting off at exit 212 in Locust Grove, or exit 218 for McDonough. Now, if you're coming from the north, you want to get off I-75 at exit 235 or 218. Either way, just get here like they did. At Atlanta Motor Speedway, they have over 887 acres. So what does that mean? Free parking as far as the eye can see. And if you're not spending that money on parking, it means you've got to spend on other fun stuff. Now, if you're like me, you like to know where you're going ahead of time. So it's a great place to get online at atlantamotorspeedway.com and print out a map. But let's say you don't have one. Then just look for one of these big pylons with the map, because guess what? You are here just like you should be, right here. One of my favorite things about Atlanta Motor Speedway happens to also be one of Andy and Jamie's favorite things. You get to bring your own cooler. Can I see that? Thanks. As long as it's not bigger than 14 by 14 by 14, doesn't have any glass, you can bring whatever you want. I mean, where else can you do that? Can I help myself?
Absolutely.
Now, when you're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, there's a lot more to do than just see the race. When you come out to the fan zone, there's fun games, there's all sorts of interactive displays, tons of free stuff too. Come by the speed stage and say hi to me.
So if you're just joining in, we are live at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight with the TWA Truck Series, or TWA Camping World Series. We'll see these guys get going a little bit later on in the broadcast. Right now they're just out there practicing and tuning their trucks up and getting everything ready to roll. We will be running a night race here at Atlanta, and it looks like it should be a pretty heavy field with some very talented drivers on it. So hopefully we get to see some exciting racing. So what we're going to do for you now is give you a little lap around the track with a couple of NASCAR drivers, and hope you enjoy this. This is a good little thing here. Hope you enjoy this.
Well, this is a big, fast racetrack. A lot of different grooves. You know, you can run on the bottom, the middle, up against the wall. To me, it's some of the best racing that we have. It's really, truly a driver's track. You know, when you qualify here, it's all about the car. The track is huge and fast and lots of grip. But when it comes to the race, you start to wear the tires a little bit. This pavement that's matured like it has offers just some of the best racing that we have on the circuit.
Darlington's my favorite racetrack, but Atlanta has a lot of characteristics of Darlington with the tires wearing out. Obviously, the speed is one of the fastest tracks, I think, next to Texas, or right up there with Texas. So it's a lot of fun. It's fast. You can move around. The best part of Atlanta is the fact that you can move around 2, 3, 4 different grooves in the corners and draft a little bit on the straightaways.
Very fast racetrack. It's wide, and you can pass anywhere you want to on the racetrack. So I guess it's like driving down the open road about 6:30 in the morning before the traffic really gets out there.
Coming back live to the track, we're looking at the number 5 of Jim Jackson getting around this track pretty good today. Looks like he's our second fastest car in practice with a 30.254 lap. Looks like maybe he's going to go in and make an adjustment, jump out of there a little bit. Looking at the 15 of Sean. He's currently running 5th fastest right now with a 30.356 lap. Here we're watching Kerry in the number 58. Looks like he's back down the bottom of the ladder right now. 058 is running a 30.792 lap. Could be because he hasn't got in a good draft yet, so we'll see. And it looks like we're resetting now, so let's go ahead and take this to a commercial.
On this turn, a young man realized what he would do the rest of his life. On this spot, a little girl put down her dolls and picked up a race car. On this site, a weekend endeavor was transformed into a lifelong obsession.
NASCAR home tracks, where a single moment can turn a day at the track into a lifetime at the track.
Hey, Carl, you can head out.
All right. Oh. Put it in gear. The Taurus is not the car you wanted to, to show up in. Like, hey, I'm in a Taurus.
I need you to sign this saying that you will not sue me or Carl.
I'm not going to sue Carl?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's lucrative. I mean, let's be honest, really. The Taurus is not that cool. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to say about the Taurus. Hutch, is that all right?
We got a flag. Sure.
Jesus Christ. A lot of documents? I think it's pretty benign.
Do I need to have a will?
It doesn't say anything about your first child or anything.
Oh, good. I don't have to sign that away just yet.
But it's okay to say, hey, like the old Taurus, it's the family truckster, Have we ever met before?
You look familiar. I don't think we have.
We might have met somewhere.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Carl.
Carl what?
Carl Edwards.
Oh, and you have to put your helmet on for legal reasons.
I do? Yes, you have to. We went over this a lot.
Welcome to Ford.
It's the first time I've seen the steering wheel actually.
Really?
In the car.
You want to touch it a little bit more? Or?
If you mind.
Well, the steering wheel, yeah, go for it. Oh, it's 11:11, thankfully.
Yeah.
And they know you're in the commercial, right?
Have some fun. I'll talk to you guys on walkie. Enjoy the ride. Sorry I had to surprise you with somebody I couldn't drive.
Yeah, step in front of the car, Scott.
Hey, I trust his driving model.
I don't need a friggin' helmet. Safety first.
Yeah.
You don't want to get your hair in this.
Well, it probably still looks really good with the helmet though, right?
You do. It looks great.
Perfect.
You spent a little time at the spa yesterday. I can
Yeah,
tell.
obviously.
Okay.
I don't like the squishy face though.
What's that? It's kind of like, yeah.
So, how snug do I need the helmet? Real snug?
That's okay.
Okay.
So you've never watched the races out here?
I have not.
So you never watch NASCAR?
Rarely.
So you've never watched the races here?
I have not, no.
So I really like this steering wheel a lot. I mean, what is that, velvet or something?
I don't know. I'm an electrical guy.
Engineer.
You want the radio?
I was just checking it out. You ever watch NASCAR?
I do.
Really? Who's your favorite driver?
Actually, I don't know.
You're like a Jeff Gordon fan or something?
I'm not sure.
Hey, how come I got a helmet and you don't? You must be more scared than I am.
Holy smokes.
No, the helmet's good. I just didn't want to mess up my hair.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I'm really concerned about it, actually.
Trust me, I've got enough hairspray in my hair that if the helmet, it's not necessary.
I need all my hockey gear.
So you can punch me in the face.
I trust you guys, but let's face it, NASCAR guys crash. You guys crash a lot.
I forgot most of my crashes.
Not this one.
No roll bar. A nice moonroof I could be ejected from.
If you're driving and you're following a car and you're...
We don't follow cars.
Okay.
You're out with your wife or your girlfriend, you can really show her what the car's got. So
Don't talk about my girlfriend.
Oh, sorry.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Don't put that on the commercial.
I haven't seen your girlfriend yet. So.
No, I have a wife.
Oh, you got
That's the point. You ever see the NASCAR races? There's the one Ford driver, he does the backflip when he wins a race. Have you seen that?
No, actually.
Really?
He's got skills. This guy's got skills.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I need I've got a fragile ego. I need that reinforcement.
This is fun. My dad's going to be really jealous.
Yeah, because a Taurus is a giant raging bull.
It's pissed off. It's
mad.
Angry. It's ready to attack. And basically, this car, you're going to be able to do that.
It takes a certain type of man to control
It's aggressive.
a big angry Taurus.
And we hope you're that man, Carl.
Yeah, we We know, we saw that you're not.
Did you see the big wreck at Talladega a few years ago? The race where the guy went up and hit the fence upside down, the blue car?
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy. What's his name? I can't remember.
There you go.
Can't you drift it any further than that? I'd like to see a little more speed out of you if possible.
That's a good one.
We're getting paid for this.
Yes, we are.
We're getting paid for this.
Wait a second, you're getting paid?
Oh, I think I'm getting paid. I don't know. I didn't check.
So what was the most difficult part of developing this stuff?
The most difficult part would have been... Sorry. What
We're
was the
smoking
most
the car.
difficult
So really, at this point, I'd like you to try some of the NVH features that we did, as opposed to focusing on the peak torque.
Oh, but the peak torque is so much fun.
What are we doing here? Getting thrown around the inside of the car. How about that, huh?
Wow. Hey.
Woo. See you later. Whoa!
Don't do that!
No, for Christ's sake.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa.
Look at SN out there. I don't test them like this. It's not me that's crazy, it's everybody else. Oh, did you watch, what about the championship this year? It was really close, remember? The battle at the end?
Unfortunately, not.
You work really hard on this engine, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Not too
You know
much
the president
not
is?
too much time to watch other stuff. Like you mentioned, I'm really just doing the engineering. I don't get out much.
Oh, man. So when you sit at your desk all day, do you just, I mean, is this what you think about?
This is what I dream about doing. Not sitting at the desk is nowhere near this much fun.
Well, you should come to the racetrack more often.
And we're back here with you guys live. Going through some technical difficulties. They're getting the race server and everything set up, and we'll get back out there in the truck in just a little bit. So give us a few minutes and we'll get the show rolling. So we're back live on the track. It looks like number 68 Tommy Patton's coming out of the pits, going to get some practice laps in. And we'll go through some points and stuff a little bit later once these guys start getting everything lined up. We're running a little behind tonight. Normally they try to get their get ready to go racing by 9 p.m. But as you can see, we're having some difficulties, but they're getting it under control. And once we get this car, we'll get some practice laps in and get them going to qualify, and we'll get this race underway. See if we can pop some lap times up. Lap times up. There we go. We got lap times for the number 5 and the number 68 so far. Number 5 comes in at 30.810. Pretty quick lap. These guys start getting some laps under their belt. You're going to see this space up. 13's got a fast lap at the moment. 24.58. Getting under Joey in the number 3 car. 15 hits the apron, comes up a little bit, upsets his truck a little bit. He gets under in control. Ready, the number 3. Nice thing about Atlanta Speedway, you guys know since it's often on the high side or on the low side. It doesn't really much matter, but it's going to make a difference when they get into pack racing. So these cars are higher speeds. They're going to have to lift out a little bit early, maybe even a little bit just to keep their car settled down or their truck settled down. So it's for some interesting racing. We should see a lot of T-wide racing here. We are looking at number 13. Looks like he's pulling down into the pits. Maybe checking out his pit entrance or not. And let's make a lap around the track real quick. We got the number 58 rolling through his pits. 15 and number 3 still out on the track doing practice going.
Drivers, to your cars.
And it looks like
I'm going to stay down here, Rich.
So
Can you
we're going to
copy?
go ahead and take us to a commercial break real quick, and we'll get back here on the track once they get done with their qualifying.
Of NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt wins at Atlanta.
1 lap to go.
Oh, Harvick's leaving a lot of bottom of him.
Gordon's going to make the big move on the inside. We had a photo finish here last race. We're getting ready for another one. Gordon got loose. It's Harvick. Harvick by inches. What a race.
What an emotional win. What does this afternoon mean to you? Hard to say. I'm just thrilled. I kept praying for Dale to help us. He did.
He's going to get a run at him. Johnson tries to block him. It's who can stay in the front here off turn 1. It's going to be another one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes.
10-4, can you hear me? There you are. I think I was going to race, man, because there's a bunch of here.
On this turn,
Not qualifying, no. I think I was going to race, man, because there's a bunch of here.
on this turn,
Not qualifying, no.
Well, it's going to be a good race tonight, I'll tell you that much. We got a penalty, so we have to start pretty close to the back. So we was a little bit too light in the rear, I think it was.
So here we are at Atlanta Motor Speedway, TWA Racing Series, Camping Truck World Series 2013. Got a good field tonight. They are currently finalizing their qualifying. Got another few seconds to go with that. They're probably going to go ahead and get through a driver's meeting, and then once we get that driver's meeting underway and they get their trucks out on the track, lined up on pit road, and start their first caution lap around the track to get everybody lined up, engines warmed up and such, then we'll get this race underway. So let's go back and look and see if we could keep up with a couple of the trucks, maybe do a drive around the lap with one of the drivers. So let's go back and look and see if we could keep up with a couple of the trucks, maybe do a drive around the lap with one of the drivers. Here we are on board with Tommy Patton in the 68 truck. We're going to make a run around Atlanta and see how this goes. Video clips from practice a little bit earlier while these guys are in the driver's meeting, so we figured we'd give you guys something to watch while tuning in DRTV's live broadcast. And we'll check in and see if they're getting ready to go racing here in just a minute. appear to be out on the track just yet. Go ahead and take this to commercial.
This is my living room.
This is my kitchen.
This is my backyard. These are my favorite clothes.
This is my home.
This is my home.
This is my home track.
My local short track is where I call home.
NASCAR home tracks are where racers are made and legends are born. Visit NASCAR.com and click on NASCAR Local Racing to find a home track near you.
Come home to the soul of NASCAR.
Legends are born. Visit NASCAR.com and click on NASCAR Local Racing to find a home track near you.
Come home to the soul of NASCAR.
Bring you back live, sitting here on pit road, waiting on the trucks to get lined up. They should be getting ready to bring their trucks out here shortly. Bring you back live, sitting here on pit road, waiting on the trucks to get lined up. And it looks like they're coming out to do their final warm-ups. Not quite ready to go to race yet, but as you can see, some of the trucks are getting out, or some of the trucks are getting out on the track. So see if we can't follow a couple of these guys around for a little bit. Here we are looking at Daniel and the number 62, making him a couple laps. Looks like number 3, Joey DeMann, just pulled up on a track up in front of him, so he's going to have a partner to run with for a little bit. See if we can watch our lap times as they start pulling some laps off during this practice or happy hour before the race. And it looks like Joey and Daniel coming up on Jeff Bond and the number 6 out here in happy hour. It's going to cause some more drafting, and time's going to be picked up a little bit. As you can see there, the 62 just clocked in with a 30.570, followed by Joey with a 31.62. We're going to see these lap times increase as they get going and get bigger packs out in front of them. Now we're looking at the number 0 of Matt Hatfield finally making his showing out here on the track. We haven't seen him in practice earlier. It looked like he was running a little bit late. I think we saw his hauler coming through the gate just before qualifying, it looked like. So, you know, it's going to be good to see where he ends up here tonight. He'll be a good watch. Tommy Patton's going to make a practice pit stop, pulls it in there. Jeff Bond's caught back up with Joey DeMann in this drafting party they got going on here, so we should start seeing some pretty quick lap times. Jeff in the back of the pack just picked up the lap time on the top there. It's 30.363, so that's where it's at. The third or fourth car usually in a pack is going to be faster. Just because, you know, all them guys up front are breaking the wind for them, so they get a nice, good pull out of those guys in front of them. Number 15 going down pit road. quick pit stop test there. Get everybody used to doing the pit stops and get that truck back out on the track. See if we can't go back and get our actual standings for the race tonight. See who's up on the pole.
Drivers, to your cars.
So the interesting thing we're looking at tonight is our points here, as we can watch them on our broadcast screen. Looks like Joey Demand's sitting on the top right now on the leaderboard with 52 points. Jeff Bond's currently in second right behind him. Looks like they're tied for first place, basically. Joey's up top because he's got 1 pole and 0 wins, and Jeff's below him because he's got 0 poles and 1 win. So third place, we're looking at Matt Hatfield with 40 points, 12 points back from the leader. Sean is sitting in fourth place, 14 points back. Fifth place is Dean Woodward, 27 points back. Sixth place, Jim Jackson, 29 points back. Seventh place, Sean Strama, 33 points back. Eighth place, currently Rich Patton, your broadcaster, 37 points back. Not racing tonight. We got truck problems, so we parked it. In ninth place in points, 38 points back, is Kelly Horner. And then pulling up the 10th spot is going to be Tommy Patton, 41 points back. So it looks like we might be getting ready to go live and get this race underway. So let's head back down to the track. See if we can get these cars lined up. As you can see, we got a nice Ford truck as our pace truck, an SVT truck tonight. First car on the pole is the number 15 of Sean. Sean's our pole winner for tonight. Good go, Sean. Good luck tonight. Riding in the first row outside lane is going to be the number 0 of Matt Hatfield. Inside lane.
Drivers, start your
outside
engines.
row is the number 68 of Tommy Patton. On the inside row, second lane, going to be the 59 of Sean Strama. Looking at Jim Jackson on number 5, sitting on the inside row. Followed by the 21 of Kelly Horner on the outside of that row. Down on the inside row, next row back, looking at the number 4 of Racer X. Outside row, number 3, Joey Demand. And we are Green Flag Racing. Going up with the leaders up here, it looks like number 15, Sean, has jumped out in the lead. Looks like 68's going to go under the 0 of Matt Hatfield. Oh, and something happens. Tommy lets off, everybody goes sideways. We may have us a restart. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened.
Drivers, to your cars.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to let us do that, so we'll go back live to the broadcast, and we're sitting here watching the trucks get lined up. We got one more truck still to show up. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to let us do that, so we'll go back live to the broadcast. Looks like we got about 13 drivers so far on the list. Got one more truck still to show up. Looks like we got about 13 drivers so far on the list. And now that all the trucks are out here, let's see if we can't get this thing rolling.
Drivers, start your engines.
So if you're just checking in with us, this is a live broadcast at Atlanta Motor Speedway night race with the TWA Racing League. This is their Camping World Truck Series event, and we're at Atlanta, so this is going to be a lot of side-by-side racing, very high speeds. One of the fastest tracks they have on the circuit without going to super speedways, and it should provide some very interesting racing tonight, so hopefully they put on a good show for us. Got some nice looking trucks out here, some nice sponsors, and looks like the pace car has just pulled in. We should be coming around to take the green flag, and we are green, green, green. It looks like our two front runners jumped the line right at the same time. They're side by side going into turn one. Looks like the 15 on the inside might have the advantage. They're going to come off of turn two. It looks like 15 is going to hold the lead. He shoots up in front of the high side, and the number 0, Matt Hatfield, wasn't sure he wants to stay back there, so he goes back up on the top side. Looks like he's going to try to get a run on the outside. That's the beautiful thing about Atlanta. Atlanta, you can run low or high. High side gets a good run advantage off the inside. The inside usually got to try to hold it down a little bit. And it looks like Matt's going to peek down on the inside to see if he can't get up in front and get a point for leading on the lap, because, you know, these guys are points racing, so it's going to get good. Matt's going to go ahead and take that spot and jump up in front of Sean. Looks like the 68's peeking down underneath Sean, and it doesn't look like he's got enough to get up there by him, so he might have to sit back there for a little bit. Got a little bit of a draft going up here. The 62's pulled up behind the 15. Tommy's followed in behind the 62. As you can see, just by that line there, all of these guys are really running different lines. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out later on once we get some wear on these tires. So we're currently looking at the 0 of Matt Hatfield in first place. The 15 is Sean in second place. 62, Daniel. Third place. 68, Tommy Patton in fourth place. Looks like Tommy just got passed by Jim Jackson. Here we are looking at Jackson. He's down on the inside of Tommy. He's going to take that position from him. Oh, and he barely squeezes up in front of Tommy. Looks like he almost rubbed that bumper. 21, Kelly Horner's on the outside. He's kind of trying to stay in the mix a little bit. They're not too careful. They let them front leaders get away from him too far. It's going to be a little problem. 21 looks like he just nipped the wall a little bit. That might hurt him a little bit later. We have to keep our eye on Kelly. Going back in the field a little bit, the number 4 of Racer X trying to keep up with Kelly in the 21, see if they can't make a move to the front. A little bit of action in the background back here. Thought the 13 was going to be peeking around the number 3 of Joey, but doesn't look like he's making a run for that. Coming back up front. It looks like Jackson's making a run for third place under the 15 if he can get him. It looks like he's got the low line going into this corner. He's got a little bit of help from Tommy coming up behind him, but Tommy drifts up below, and he's not going to get much drafting help out of that. Tommy's going to stick behind the 15, which is going to make it a little harder for Jackson to get by the 15 now. Kelly Horner's coming up to help Jackson get by him. That should be enough to push him around. Even though this isn't a super speedway, that draft still plays a pretty big part in this, and sometimes you need help from another driver to get by another driver. So it's like a high-speed chess game, basically, and they're doing this at, 170 plus mile an hour. As you can see by our leaderboard up there on the right-hand side, looks like the number 0 of Matt is still up on the top position, followed by the 62, 15, 5, 68. Oh, we had one coming off the apron back there. It might have been that 13. And everybody got things out of control. Doesn't look like things got out of shape too bad. And we are still green flag racing. Well, Tommy wasn't getting anywhere on the bottom side. He tries up top, and then he goes right back down to the bottom behind Jackson. So, and looks like the 15 in that last corner drifted up a little high. He lost a little bit of momentum. So Jackson's got help down there on the bottom. So the 15 might be going the wrong way. We'll just have to keep our eye on him. If he don't get no help up there, they might just freight train him on the bottom side. Jackson goes up high getting into that corner. Tommy was looking below him, but Jackson closed the door on him. Looking at the number 0 of Matt Hatfield, he's pretty much up there by himself right now in clean air. Of course, Daniel in the 62 is wanting to get back up on that bumper, but it's still early in this race, guys. It's we're only on lap 12 of 98 laps, so we've got a long ways to go. And if they keep running like this, we might get fortunate to see some green flag pit stops in another 8 to 10 laps, maybe. Pulling up the rear of the field, we got Jeff Bond back here. Jeff is a strategist. He likes to play the field game, likes to think about the big, long picture on where he's got to be. So you're not going to see him get too aggressive too early in this race. But as it gets closer towards the end, you might see him pop his nose up towards the front and try to get a lead lap bonus and possibly be available up there towards the end of the race. So he'd be a good one to watch. Looks like the number 4 was dropped down a little bit low. I thought the 43 was going to take him on the high side, but the 4 seems to have enough momentum going. He didn't lose any space or anything, and he's right back up with the 13. As you can tell by that shot of our camera on the backstretch, these cars, when they come flying by you, or these trucks rather, 170 plus mile an hour, all bumper to bumper, it gets loud, and there's a lot of wind coming off of these cars. So it's quite an event to be standing on the sidelines and watching one of these races. Catching back up towards the front. As you can see, we got cars spread out a little bit, so 2 wide racing, almost 3 wide at one point. 59's coming down below the 15, it looks like. And of course, right in front of them, we got 2 wide, the number 5 and the number 68. They're going at it, and Kelly Horner's kind of stuck right there in the middle. I'll tell you, as long as these 2 guys, the number 68 and the number 5, are going at it side by side, these 2 up front, nose to tail, are just going to start running off and leaving them. It looks like they're finally getting the picture. They're going to get in line and follow the leader a little bit, see if they can't make some ground up with those 2 guys up front. I don't know. Tommy looks like he had a little bit of a run. He wants to take advantage of it. He's going to try to get underneath the number 5 going into turn 1. out of turn 2 going down the backstretch. Does not look like Tommy had enough run. He's going to drop back in behind the number 5 and just kind of follow him around a little bit more. So it appears that truck is really doing good in the draft, but once he comes around Jackson, he just gets that, big wall of wind to slow him down, and he loses his momentum. So, without another car pushing him, I don't know if he's going to be able to get around Jackson. Jackson seems pretty stout tonight. And as all this race is going on from 3rd and 4th place back, them 2 up front are still pulling away. And the amazing thing is we're looking at our lap information up here, and the number 5 of Jim Jackson is currently running the fastest lap. He had just got it on this last lap, a 30.077. And he's actually running in 3rd place. He's got a lot of space between him and the 1st and 2nd place cars, but he's got a good draft coming off of them. And as long as he's staying in line behind them, he should be able to keep up with those speeds and just keep them in sight. Of course, I mentioned it earlier in the race, the 3rd and 4th place cars are usually the fastest in a pack, and, right there, the 2nd fastest car on the track is the 68, and earlier the 68 and the 5 were running together behind those 2 front cars, so that explains it again. The 2 faster cars in a 4-car pack is always going to be the 3rd and 4th car. Looking back up front at our leader, the number 0, Matt Hatfield. He is just driving hard and owning this track right now. I don't know if it's too early for Daniel to even push the issue in the number 62, or if he's just kind of hanging back trying to save his tires. Still got a little bit to go. It looks like we might be getting close to pit stops. We're over lap 21 now. One thing interesting about Matt Hatfield is he is also a strategic driver when it comes to fuel racing and mileage and all that. And you may not see him go in right away. He might stretch it as much as he possibly can before he runs out of fuel, before he goes in there for his first pit stop. So he may not be the first ones to go in. Cycle through the field real quick and see if we got anybody threatening to go in yet. Back at the number 58. 58's currently bringing up the rear of the field, and he's 4.86 seconds back from the leader, so he's got a little ways to go to catch up. I wonder if something's wrong with his truck, if that's the reason why he's dropped back so far. As you can see by these cars being spread out the way that they are, is, it's anywhere you want to race is fair game on this track. It's quite an interesting track to run on. Oh, looks like the 15 got a little upset there in the tri-oval area, but he gained under control, and he's back up there on the 13's bumper. Like the 3's drifting up a little bit high, but maybe he likes it up there. We'll have to ask him about that a little bit later. Here we are back up front. It looks like the 62 of Daniels thinking about getting around the 0 of Matt Hatfield, but Matt evidently closed the door on him. I don't know how hard Daniel's really racing him yet, because like I said, it's still early in the race, and we're 26 laps in, so I'm thinking we ought to see some pits in the next 3 or 4 laps at the latest. we got a car spun out. And it appears we are under caution at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As Matt Hatfield waits on the pace car. I can imagine we'll start seeing some pit stops once they get around off of turn 4. You'll start seeing these cars diving down. Going through 1 and 2 right now. It looks like some of our guys already went in the pits. Oh no, they're coming through 3 and 4, so we've got pit stops on the way. And it looks like pretty much the whole field is coming down pit road. Let's see if we can't get Matt on the radio once he gets out of the pits. We don't want to interrupt him while he's in the pits. A couple cars stayed out. Looked like the 3 cars stayed out. Number 68 of Tommy Patton, who was involved in that wreck. He'll probably be coming around pit next time. Number 58 of Foots, he stayed out. And the number 3 of Joey DeMann. All 3 cars stayed out instead of pitting. And we take it back to our leaders, and it looks like Matt Hatfield maintained his position, beat everybody off pit road. And he is coming back out on the track now. Looks like coming through turn 2, should be coming back up on the backstretch and getting up on the track. See if we can't get a hold of Matt on the radio. Matt Hatfield, Rich up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You're looking pretty strong out there, buddy. How's your truck feeling?
Truck's a little free at first, then it tightens up and it gets a little tight. Gotta really manage the tires. We come with a fuel run package.
10-4, I hear that. I know you like playing that fuel strategy game. What do you think of that 62 Daniel behind you? Is he giving you a lot of pressure, or is he pretty much just riding? Got a lot of racing to go still, right?
I think we're just riding. Guys are getting, adapted to the set. I think you're going to see a pretty good race. This set's typical 2 grooves, so there's still a lot of racing left to be done. This will be a pretty good race for everybody.
Yeah, 10-4. I hear that. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy guy out there, but just give you a heads up. Everybody from 3rd place back, they're 2 wide, 3 wide racing at time. I mean, they're having a good time. You can run this track high, low, in the middle. It doesn't seem to matter. And you and Daniel, you get out ahead of everybody. They keep saying 2 and 3 wide. You guys are just going to run off and leave them. You better start paying attention to what's going on in front of them.
Well, I think you as a racer, you get comfortable with your surroundings, and they don't think about some of the other guys, sneaking by and getting out there. Toward the back end of that run, we was actually getting ready to make a green flag stop, and luckily that caution come out. But the set, after about halfway through it, you got to really start paying attention to your tires. And I think with them guys running 2, 3 wide back through there, they're eating a little bit of tire up a little too quick. So hopefully they'll understand that, and we'll get back into some good racing.
All right, buddy. We see the lights off on the pace car. We'll let you get back to it, all right? You have a good one, and hope to see you up front towards the end of this thing.
Thank you, man.
All right. There you have it. Your race leader right now pulling up in the booth on radio, and he's thinking it's going to be a fuel game and the tires management. And like he's saying, everybody in the back of the pack running 2 and 3 wide, they might be using their tires up a little quicker than they're thinking they are. And I don't know, Matt's got an idea. It might pay off later on in this race. Let's see if we can get Tommy up here and find out what happened real quick. Tommy Patton, Rich up in the booth. I know you guys are getting ready to go green soon. Can you tell us what happened out there? Tommy, you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know you guys are getting ready to take the green. Light's already off on the pace car. It looked like you might have gotten involved in that incident a little bit, caused a caution. Can you tell us what happened out there?
Yeah, the truck's rather tight. I got up in the marbles a little too much, and it got loose on me.
10-4, 10-4. I know you're going green, so I'll let you get back to it. Good luck, and we hope you see you up front a little bit later, buddy.
All righty, bud. Yeah, I think we're just going to hold off a little bit and weigh it out and see what we got at the end.
Sounds good, sounds good. Keep your nose clean. Watch them guys around you. Good luck.
10-4.
There you have it. Matt's saying his car's a little free, or his truck's a little free. Tommy's thinking his truck's a little tight, so maybe they need to get some adjustments made on there next time they go into pit. We'll just have to see what they do. And Tommy got up in the marbles on the high end of that corner and got a little bit loose, and that's what spun him around and caused that last caution. So hopefully didn't hurt him up too bad, and he's back in this mix before too long. So we're on lap 32 of 98, and still in the lead is the 0 of Matt Hatfield, second place. Looks like the 62 of Daniel, followed by the 21 of Kelly Homer. Number 15, Sean sitting in 4th place. Number 13 in 5th place. Number 5 in 6th place. Number 4 in 7th place. 43 is in 8th place, and the number 3 of Joey DeMann is in 9th place, followed by Tommy towards the back in 10th place. It's kind of looking like everybody's calming down just a little bit and playing follow the leader a little. They still got a lot of racing to go, so not even at the halfway point yet, so I don't think they're going to start getting too hot and heavy on moving up towards the front. Let's get a back shot of this track and watch how fast these guys actually get around it from up here in the booth. You can see a couple of us sitting there broadcasting this race. Going off into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. These trucks are moving 175 mile an hour through the corners. And it looks like they got up to about 184 before letting off of it going into turn 3. Some cars spread out here in the back as we see the tail end of the pack. They're getting pretty spread out. Got a couple stragglers a little slower back. Might have got some damage on that last caution. Didn't really look and see who was all involved in that, so we're not really 100% sure who's got damage, who doesn't right now. But as you can see, these guys are spread out, nowhere near like the pack racing they were doing earlier, 2 and 3 wide. Everybody's pretty much followed the leader. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of people jockeying for position at this point. You know, and it could fall back to what Matt was talking about as far as eating up their tires. Maybe it's, you know, they're getting the idea that, hey, I shouldn't be racing that hard this early, running 2 and 3 wide, because, you know, you're just going to use up your equipment, and it's just not going to be there later on in the race when they need it. While we're green flag racing, we still got a lot of racing to go. We're going to go ahead and take this thing to a commercial break, and if something happens, we'll jump right back here as soon as we can.
This is my living room.
This is my kitchen.
This is my backyard. These are my favorite clothes.
This is my home.
This is my home.
This is my home track.
My local short track is where I call home.
NASCAR home tracks are where racers are made and legends are born. Visit NASCAR.com and click on NASCAR Local Racing to find a home track near you.
Come home to the soul of NASCAR.
We're back live, watching the same thing. These guys are having some good, clean racing. Paul Leader nobody's getting too jumpy right now, so still got a ways to go. Oh, looks like the 5 might have tagged the wall back there a little bit. Watching Daniel right now in the 62. It looks like Kelly's sticking right there with him. Matt's still got a good 2 to 3 car lengths out in front of him right now. Looks like Daniel might be trying to close some of that space up between him and Matt, and 21 just comes out wide a little bit, and it looks like the 15's going to try to get under him. No, he stays back behind him. Currently in 13th place. He must have some damage on that truck. He's 13 seconds, over 13 seconds behind the leader right now. So he's probably got some damage. He must have been involved in that last caution, and he's completely lost the rest of the field. So we'll see if they can't get in there and get some repairs done to make that truck a little more competitive, get him back towards the front somehow. Followed up by the 12th place car right now is the number 58 of Foots. He's just kind of following around Jeff Bond in number 6 there for a little bit. Not sure what his intentions are. A lot of these guys, they'll sit and wait till it gets, later on in the race before they start making any big moves and just save their material, save their equipment as long as they can. And as long as you can see them guys in front of you, you're still in the mix. So something to keep your eye on. On board with Jeff Bond as he gets around the number 4. The 58 follows Jeff around the number 4 as the 4 starts fading back a little bit. Stepping up in front of Jeff Bond, we're looking at the number 43 of Dean Woodward. He's appears to be just kind of hanging back and running his own race right now. Doesn't look too aggressive, so maybe it's all about saving equipment right now. Coming up to the next car, the number 3 of Joey Demand. Joey's currently sitting in 8th place, followed by the number 68 of Tommy Patton. Looks like Tommy got a little squirrely coming off of that turn 2 there, but seemed to recover it pretty quick. Didn't lose any ground with Joey. Oh, we got some lane changing here. It looked like Joey went a little high, Tommy went a little low. Joey just gathered a bunch of ground by that move on Tommy's part. See if Joe's going to try to get him going into the next corner. He's just going to draft and kind of bide his time. So maybe he's got a different agenda going on also right now. Catching up with the number 5 of Jim Jackson and his Depends sponsor. We'll talk to Jim about that a little bit later. He's currently sitting in 6th place, 3 seconds behind the leader right now. Moving up to the number 13. speed. Looks like he's just kind of riding his time and staying back behind the 21, kind of following, saving his equipment for a good hard charge later on in the race. Keep our eye on number 13. 21, Kelly Hornish, currently sitting in 4th place. He's got the leaders right in front of him and keep an eye on him, so he's going to be one to watch also. He's usually up in the top 5 in these races, pretty competitive driver. Sitting here at number 62, and Daniel right now is currently sitting in 3rd place. According to our points, he's in 2nd, but once they cross the line here, that's probably going to change up. And there it is. The 15 must have took over 2nd place on that last lap. Not sure Daniel wanted to give that to him. He looks like he's wanting to get it back. Just doesn't have enough run to get back up on the 15. Maybe the 15's charging towards the front. We're going to go up to that number 0. Sean in number 15 right now. See if he can't gain some ground up on the number 0 and Matt Hatfield. Matt Hatfield's running in the number 0 Joy Ford. And he seems to be the truck to beat tonight. It could be just the clean air, you know, maybe he doesn't have any obstacles in front of him, and that's why his lap times are so good. But who knows? He seems to be the one to beat. Nobody's really giving him too much competition. A little bit earlier, number 62, Daniel was peeking around him a little bit. But being this early in the race, you know, they're probably not going to be charging too hard right now. They want to save their equipment, making it last as long as they can. When we get deeper into this race, you're going to start seeing these guys using their equipment and trying a little harder. Things might also get a little out of control at that point. So we'll keep our eye on them as the race goes on.
Hey man, what's up? Sure do, I'm good. Well, we're just a tad tight on the long run, so we loosened her up just a little bit, made a little wiggly first 5 laps, but it's really dialed in here this late run now. And we're banking on a green flag here. I do, I believe so. I'm sticking here with Tommy, and if Tommy decides to go in, I think we're probably going to follow him. Yes, we do. 10-4, bud. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joey DeMann. Stinking pit strategies are coming up in the next couple laps. Let's go back up with our leaders and see what they got going on. Well, while we're back there talking to Joey, it looks like Matt Hatfield has slowly dropped back to 4th place. Lead's taking over by, looks like, the number 15 now. And there you have your first 4 cars. The 15 followed by the 62, and the 13 is up here looking to dive under for 2nd place. And Daniel closes the door on him. I think Hatfield is going in the pits. And there it is. Matt Hatfield's coming down pit road, so we are under green flag pit stops here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll sit back here and watch them come down the pits. I don't know if anybody's going to follow Matt. It looks like everybody else is staying out. Matt pulls it into his pits. It looks like Matt's getting full tank of gas, right side tires, left side tires, and he is back underway. Gonna drop him back in the field, but keep in mind everybody else has still got a pit. So green flag pit stops will get everybody shuffled up. Once we get everybody through their pit stops and see how this all works out, we'll be able to tell who's running it first and who's running second and all that good stuff. Looks like the 59 is going to duck down in the pits. 21's in the pits. 21's getting right side tires, probably filling up his fuel. Let's see if he takes 4 tires. And he does. 21 and Kelly Horner is going to get 4 tires and go. 59 just pulled in. Almost had a mishap there. Good thing 21 was paying attention. Let out of it a little bit. Let the 59 go by him and then gets back on it to get back out on the track. Looks like the 62 and Daniels coming into the pits. Looks like the 15 is going to dive down in front of him also. Here we are watching the 15 in the pits. He looks like he braked up a little bit. I don't know if he was speeding or not. We're going to have to keep an eye on him, see if he comes back in a little bit later. They might have caught him speeding. It looked like he got on the brakes after he was well into the pits. '62 pulls in his pits. 15's our pole sitter. He's getting right side tires, a couple cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. And he's going with left side tires. 62's pulling out. Number 4 has just got in the pits. It looked a little bit crooked. And number 4 is getting right side and left sides. Looks like the number 58 got right and left side tires, and they're underway. 43 is getting underway on the pit. 13 and the 6 are both in. 13 got right sides already, getting left sides now. Looks like Bond took right sides, and he's getting left sides also. So it's 4 tire swaps for everybody so far. And everybody is underway. Green flag pit stops have cycled through. Once these guys get back out on the track and get some lines going or get some laps going, we're going to see how this shakes out. Process, it looked like the 59 might have gotten lapped one time, so they do run a lucky dog series here, so if we do have a caution at any time, he may get that back. No, it's all about timing, so he's back out on the track, a little bit behind, but I don't see that they're laps down. 68, Tommy Patton seems to be your leader right now. Joey pitted, they must have. Oh, we're looking at the fastest lap right now. That's why that standing is like that. So the 0 is back up on the front. So after green flag pit stops, the field shakes out. It looks like the 0, Matt Hatfield's up front, followed by the 15. Followed by the 62, 21, the 13. The number 3 is back in 6th place. 68 is in 7th place. The number 5 of Jim Jackson's back in 8th. Number 6 of Jeff Bond's in 9th. And the number 4 is back in 10th. That's our top 10. Appear that nobody was speeding, nothing went wrong evidently in the pits, or nobody ducked back down in the pits for any penalties or what have you, so everything should be good. We are green flag racing still. If you just joined us us up, we're live tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Atlanta, Georgia, or just outside Atlanta, Georgia. And we had the TWA Racing League Camping World Series trucks at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Started out with about 13 drivers or so. We haven't lost anybody yet. And it's been pretty competitive so far. So right now the field's being dominated by the number 0 of Matt Hatfield. The 15 and the 62 and the 21 have all been looking at him, but nobody's really made too big of a hard charge at it. And for a short moment, we had, a couple of other leaders just for the moment going through pit cycling and all that. But back underneath racing conditions, Matt Hatfield takes charge of the field again, and he's running strong. Go up and see what's going on with the leaders. It looks like second place might be getting challenged. Possibly the 15's looking to get around the 62. And now that, we're back under green, he's right on his bumper. The 62 gets right up on 0 of Matt Hatfield's. Going to try him on the low side. Hatfield's just too strong on the top end. Takes back over the position. Well, he was right on his bumper going through that corner. That was amazing. Good driving by these guys. Didn't upset the car, however. That's just close racing. And it's good to be out here racing with these guys and know that you can get that close with each other, and you can almost predict what the other guy's going to do, or at least hope you can. And, not upset too many other drivers too much by upsetting their truck and causing a big caution, especially out in front of the pack. But these guys have been racing with each other for a while now, so pretty good. It looks like Daniel's looking on the top side. He's got some help behind him with Kelly Horner. Coming off this corner, he may have a good enough run off the top end to take over that position. And the front stretch here, and he's got the position. Kelly going to be able to follow him up through there. It looks like Kelly's going to have to drop back in behind Matt, and Matt drops back into second place. Kelly looks down the inside, had a little bit of a run there on Matt. I don't know if Matt let out or just got the truck upset a little bit. But Kelly is definitely on the move down inside of Matt right now. This is Atlanta Speedway for you guys. This is good side-by-side racing. It's a very fast track. These cars, right now, they just hit 180 mile an hour right across the start-finish line. Going into these corners, about 182 to 184, depending on who's with you and all that good stuff. And Hatfield's taken that position back from Kelly. He has had enough. He doesn't want to be back there in third place. Looks like we had Tommy coming out of the pits. Oh, Tommy is in the pits now. We must have caught a glimpse of him going down off the, into the apron to get into the pits. Tommy is all alone in the pits. This could be detrimental to his race if he goes down a lap at this point. Can't believe that this would be his first stop. I would imagine he stopped earlier. Maybe he had so much damage that his truck's just wearing tires or something now. We'll have to check up with him a little bit later. He's getting that truck rolling again, getting ready to head back out on the track. We're currently looking at second and third position right now. It looks like the 15 is going to duck under 21, going for that third position possibly, or second position. We got cars coming back up on the track. We're going to start getting into some lap car situation. See if we can't make heads or tails of this. Looks like the number 3 of Joey Demand's up in 4th place right now. race leader is the number 62 of Daniel, followed by the 15, followed by the 21. So that means the 43 is actually the first car on that down right there behind your leader. We're also looking at Matt Hatfield being 1 lap down. The number 5 of Jim Jackson is currently 2 laps down. The 68 of Tommy is now 3 laps down. So it's all about pit strategy. That's what's got these guys hung up. If you had to go in and make an extra pit stop already, that might have changed it. We are getting down on laps. We're on lap 78 of 98 with only about 20 to go now. Maybe these guys are thinking they can get to the end and they just short pitted, and that's why they're a lap down. Very well could be. So that leaves me thinking that these guys up front, the 62, the 15, the 21, possibly even the 3 and the 4 are going to have to pit again. Looking at the 43 now. 43 is the first car on the lap down, and looks like the 15's got around him. Just can never count your stuff out of the race when these guys are running like this with green flag pit stops. I mean, sometimes it seems like you're at the back of the pack, but then you got to realize that, you know, them cars in front of you may still have to pit again. And if you're good to go till the end of the race, you may be looking pretty on paper. So keep an eye how this pans out for all these guys that did that short pit that's currently a lap down right now. You might be surprised how this ends. So it looks like the 43 is wanting to race for his position back and earn his lap back the old-fashioned way by out-driving everybody else. So we'll see if he can't get up there and get in front of the 62. And if one of those goes caution out, then he wouldn't be our lucky dog. He'll just be able to go around and catch up in the back of the pack, and he would earn his lap back by himself. Then, of course, that would give us the number 0 of Matt Hatfield would be our lucky dog at this point. So we're back up here with the front 2 cars, the 62 and the 15. They're currently spots 1 and 2 on our board. Fastest lap right now throughout the race is the number 68 of Tommy Patton, 30.042, followed by second fastest car on the track is the number 15. So he's probably got something for Daniel right there on that 62 if they don't have to pit again, but I'm thinking they're going to have to, so it's going to be a challenge. And third fastest car on the track with a 30.057 is Matt Hatfield. And, you know, he was 1 lap down earlier. I think that's because he short pitted. I think he's good to go till the end of the race.
Rich.
Hey, Tommy, Rich up here in the booth. What you got, buddy?
Not much. We done pulled it behind the wall. Had a tire go down on me going into one, and too much damage. We tried to fix it, go back out, and it was not good enough. Something else broke in the rear end. Actually spun it trying to get back to the pit lane, but it was a good truck. I mean, it was strong. I think we had something later for him.
I hear that. Sorry that you ended the night early. Looks like it's a good race out there. These guys are really working hard. I'm really shocked to see a couple of these cars a lap down right now. I think they're a lap down because they possibly short pitted. If that's the case, then it looks like maybe the first 5 cars are still going to have to pit. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, definitely. I think they're going to have to come in for a splash and go. But yeah, that short pitting I think is going to bite them.
You know, we were cycling through some stuff earlier, and right now you have the fastest lap in this race so far with a 30.042. You're followed by the 15 and second fastest lap right now, and the 15's currently running it there in the front. I don't know if he can get around the 62 and Daniel. And I still think that, you know, these pit stops, and here we go, the 62 just pulled off the racetrack going down the pits, followed by the 15. We got green flag pits again.
Yeah, our judgment call on the camber on the right front was a little off. We kind of put too much in it, which was eating my tire up. But yeah, the lap speeds were phenomenal, and we knew that going in. But yeah, I just didn't roll enough through the turns, and was just putting it in there too hard.
I hear that. So we're currently looking at the 21, the 15, and the 62 all on pit roads. That's going to pull the 0 up to 3rd place, it looks like. Oh, and we almost have an accident. 21 almost runs into the 62 coming out of the pits. 15's the last of the 3 to get out of the pits. Let's see where they get back up on the board once they get on the track. That's currently going to put the number 3 in the lead, followed very quickly by the 0 of Matt Hatfield. Matt Hatfield's still showing a lap down right now, so he's going to have to earn his way back. And looks like the number 3 of Joey DeMann is going in the pits. 62 is caught up with the number 0. And it looks like Daniel's going to try to take Matt on the low side. Matt closes the door on him. Certainly not willing to give that position up. He's wanting to earn that lap back and get back to the front of this race.
Yeah, they'd be wise just to kind of back off and just let it run its pace, because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we all know that big one. It can happen at any moment. And Daniel gets under, gets under the 0 right in the corner, and it doesn't give Matt any room. Matt's going to have to come up. And it looks like Daniel's got the run off the corner, and he's going to pull up in front of him and take his position back. Kelly's also peeking down in the bottom side of the 0. They're on fresher tires than Matt. Even though Matt pitted earlier, it looks like Daniel's got the advantage here.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's pulling away.
Daniel has definitely made up some ground away from them. I think maybe Matt Hatfield might have used his tires up trying to hold them guys off, because Kelly got around him too. Kelly just nudged the wall a little bit.
Oh, definitely, Rich. And the thing about it is it takes 1 or 2 laps. If you get out of rhythm and you throw it in there, you'll burn the tires up pretty quick.
10-4, I hear that, Tommy. Looks like we got more cars going down in the pits now.
Yep, I see we got 1 coming out and 2 coming in. They're getting their last splash to go.
Let's see if we got the 43 coming down. The 43 was a lap down also, and I thought that was because he short pitted earlier. I'm really shocked to see him on pit road again. I thought he was going to be good to go to the end.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy being played out here tonight. With such long green runs, we've only had, 1 or 2 cautions. And it's worked out for some teams that had the proper strategy, and some it's just not working out for them.
Oh, always a chess game going on in NASCAR racing.
Yeah, we see Matt's really falling back quite a bit now, and it looks like the other two are starting to really pull away from him. But they're on the fresher tires.
So here's the shocker. We're on lap 94 of 98, and the number 6 of Jeff Bond is currently our leader.
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of advantage. He's got all that clean air around him. But I'm thinking that if these two can settle up behind him, they can possibly get up there and draft and possibly work together to try to catch him.
Yeah, but Jeff's got a lot of distance between him and the 62, and that's what I thought it was. Jeff hasn't pitted yet, so Jeff Bond's going to pull off the track down on the apron and head into pit road. That's going to give the lead back to the 62. Coming down to the wire, and 62's back up on point, followed by the 21, followed in third place now by the 0 of Matt Hatfield. So it looks like we could have a good hard race. These cars are starting to get jumbled back together here.
Yeah, they're coming up there on the Depends truck of number 5, Jim Jackson. We're going to see if he's going to pull off to the side and let them go, or if he's going to fight them.
Looks like he's going to give them the low side. They got the white flag, and Daniel's going to take Jackson low on the inside. Followed by 21's going to go right under Jackson. 21 drifts up a little bit. He's got to let it out so he can't get by Jackson. So Daniel may have just been handed this race.
Yeah, it looks that way. Looks like that he just didn't get the push that he needed coming off that last turn. Jim kind of held him up, and he drifted up a little bit, but looks like the 62 is going to win it here.
There he goes. The 62 of Daniel takes the checkered flag, followed by the 21 of Kelly Horner, followed by the number 0 of Matt Hatfield. That's your top 3 drivers. We'll let these guys get their final cool-down laps down and see if we can't see if Daniel's going to go and give us his victory burnout.
Rich, it's good talking to you. We're going to head back to the hauler and get things settled and get ready to move out, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, Tommy, thanks for coming up in the booth with us. We appreciate the help, and you drive safe, and we hope to see you up front next week, buddy.
Thank you, Rich.
Hey, Daniel, you got a copy? This is Rich up in the booth.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, congratulations on the win, buddy. You were just strong all night. I thought Kelly was going to give you a little bit of a run there towards the end, but it looked like he drifted up high in that last corner and had to deal with getting around the number 5 and pretty much gave you that race. I mean, he wasn't going to be any competition going to 3 and 4 for you. I bet that was a big breath of fresh air for you.
Yeah, it was. I was real concerned there with the last few laps that Kelly was going to give me a hard run.
Yeah, you were up there almost all the night battling with everybody that got a chance to lead, and then, of course, you led a bunch of laps, too. It's good to see that strong truck up in victory circle, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Got anybody you want to shout out to?
Oh, just the fans out there and all the good racers tonight. It was a good, clean race.
10-4, we hear that, Daniel. Well, you have a good week, buddy, and hope to see you out here next week. Congratulations on the win again, man.
10-4, thank you.
All right, let's see if we can't get a hold of the number 21. Kelly Horner, you got your ears on?
Sure do.
Second place, buddy. That's not too shabby.
I wasn't expecting that. It wasn't anywhere near a top 5 truck.
I hear that. It looked like, you had some times up towards the front for quite a bit of the night tonight, and, you seemed like you were pretty strong, but didn't seem like you were really pushing it too hard to get around those leaders. More or less you were comfortable where you were at for the while. Is that about how it went?
No, I had nothing. The car, it was too tight. I basically used everything up on the fresh tires, just trying to stay where I was at.
Yeah, 10-4. I thought that's what happened on that last lap. It looks like when Daniel got under the number 5 of Jackson, which, at that point he's lapping him down, it looks like you were going to try to follow him down in there, but maybe you just wore your tires out a little bit too much and drifted up and had to let out of it or take Jackson out, right?
Yeah, basically. I was already pushing up, and I just finally gave up and just let him have it. I just couldn't do it.
I hear that, buddy. Good, clean race, though. Good to see you up there in the top three. And you're always a strong competitor out here with this group. So congratulations, and hope to see you up front next weekend also.
Me too. Kentucky's on a good track, so I possibly definitely will be.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking for Kentucky. So third place car tonight was Spider. Matt Hatfield, you got your ears on.
Yes, sir.
You were tough tonight, buddy. I didn't know what to think when you got that short pit going. I thought you were going to be set to the end, and then I saw a couple other guys that I thought short pitted with you dropped in late in the race, and I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. And, got to the end, and you were right back up there. So third place finish isn't too bad.
We're a little disappointed. The Zoe Mining Ford was tough tonight. It was stout. Led a bunch of laps. Um, give my hats to Daniel. He ran a good race. Congratulations on the win. And Kelly ran a good race. Glad to see him finish second. Yeah, we kind of, made our bed and laid in it there and squealed. And I thought for a second there we was making a memory trip down Deliverance Lane. But we'll take third, and we'll go to Kentucky and see if we can't do something with them there.
All right, Matt. Good race, good strong car tonight. Glad you at least finished up in the top three. Third place ain't too shabby, and just like everybody else, we can't wait to see you until next week, and hope you're up front towards that race too.
Yeah, just like Kelly. I mean, I burnt my stuff up getting back up there. Knew I was gonna I was going to have to pit again anyway. So and yeah, I hope the viewers got to experience some good racing because we went green flag. We had one caution tonight, which kind of dampened, I think, my plans and a few other people's plans. But all in all, you couldn't ask for a better race. It was top notch, and these guys definitely put on a good show. I just wish we was able to capitalize on it and go out here with a win. But that's the way it happens, and we'll go to Kentucky next week, like I said, and they'll know we're there.
All right, sounds good. So there you have it, sports viewers. There's your top three tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, a very fast 1.5-mile track. Put on a good show tonight, a lot of green flag running, and we're glad you checked in to view this event with us. So we'll be looking forward to Kentucky next week, and hopefully we can get that race broadcasted as well. We'll find out as time permits. And to everybody out there that raced a good, clean race, good luck and congratulations where you placed. And we'll see you all next week. DRTV is going offline.